Last episode, we greenlogged Guardians of the Rift, getting 93 rune crafting in the process. On top of that, we got a lot of runes to work with, we can train magic with, and sell in order to fund future skilling grinds. First order of business is actually a quest. I already have 250 quest points that I grinded out for 5 blocks in order to do Slayer. However, Devious Minds requires a large pouch, so since I'm done rune crafting, I'll just use my abyssal pouch, complete the quest, so in the future when I go for quest point cape, I don't have to worry about getting another pouch. That marks the end of the Guardians of the Rift arc, and although magic and construction are the next immediate goals for the account, this prep is taking into mind phase 3 of the account. So we got some Marks of Grace, farmed some Belladonna, got a Cadentine from Master Farmers, a Rune Bar from Magpies, made some Staminas, and some Phoenix necklaces to bring it all together. And completed arguably the most important quest for any Iron Man. But for UIM, the Prif respawn and House Portal is the best combination for any time you death pile or death bank. I'm not going to start Corrupted Gauntlet yet, but I figured I would just get the regular Gauntlet kill out of the way, so when I return I can just hop right into CG. But again, that's what the magic grind is for, so we can actually start the Red Prison. The first grind on the docket is 84 construction. I calced it out to be about 5 mil using Mahogany Homes, so we're going to go ahead and sell some blood runes for it, get geared up, and make sure I don't withdraw anything I don't want to withdraw from the bank. And from here, I'm kind of doing what I'll do for the next however many contracts it takes. Make an inventory of steel bars at Blast Furnace. I didn't know this till recently, but you can actually withdraw X here, so I don't have to fill my inventory with junk items and then drop a certain amount to get the correct amount of steel bars out. Going forward, every time I want a contract, I'll get it. Then I'll tell you to Prif. Run over near the sawmill to chop some teak logs, go to the sawmill, make planks, do the contract, and rinse and repeat. I think even if I didn't save a lot of GP using Mahogany Homes, I would still do this method just because it's more chill. Here's the end of the first contract with many more to come. After a short construction grind, this is really what it's all about. Making the first 2 upgrades that I can on the pool. I have the Herblore level to make the Ornate Rejuvenation pool, but I'll need to get my hands on some antidotes. Probably from Slayer in the future, not Slayer, probably from Zulrah in the future, but here comes the big one. One of the few things I actually had the +5 boost for. The final version of the Portal Nexus and the final version of the Pet House. Don't really care about the Pet House, but the Portal Nexus is the biggest upgrade I think that I made. Its quality of life is fucking unmatched. We did the Cape Hanger and the Cape Rack along with all the other normal costume room upgrades. Just standard goodness for UIM. A lot of storage here. Very happy about that. And actually also made the Marble Lectern. Probably won't use this too frequently, but it'll be nice for house tabs and Bones to Peaches if I ever need to make a couple for whatever grind I'm doing. Boss Slayer display is kind of like whatever. I don't have any jars, but more so just future proofing while I have the chance and while I'm making everything else. And actually adding all the teleports to the Nexus. I need to get quite a few magic levels to be able to put in the other ones, but to start, this is the majority of the more commonly used ones that I'm putting in now. I think we end up with about half of the Portal Nexus teleports. So even without the higher level magic teleports, this is still extremely, extremely useful, especially if I die either accidentally or death pile. I can get pretty much anywhere in my house right now. And while I had the chance, I don't really expect to use the crystal bow much, but in case I need to do a quest boss or kill some random shit, I'm actually boosting with the T in the house and then running to the stash unit because I don't quite have the level to make master stashes. I think it's 88. So instead of trying to get a +4 spicy boost, I just do this kind of workaround. Another huge one, fairy ring, very useful. And this was actually before they updated the house loading screen to always be 1 tick or whatever it is. So I was getting rid of my kitchen because I was only using it for the +3 construction boost. And at the time I was making it the fastest loading screen by only having a 3x3. It's kind of irrelevant now, but this is the current layout. Very satisfied for with all the shit I have. The only thing I don't really have is the occult altar, but that'll come eventually when I get the ingredients for it, and then eventually move the spirit tree and fairy ring to 1. But damn, this is satisfying to get after all this time. With construction done, there's just one more part of phase 2 to complete before working on phase 3. I realistically could have bursted to get 85 magic over with within a couple hours, but figured I would go for some storable mage gear instead. And although it took a lot longer because this was before they updated MTA for increased XP rates and quality of life, I still think it was a good decision. It wasn't too bad. But one thing is, you can't actually store all the points. Enchantment has a weird arbitrary cap of 16,000, so gotta do it one more time for the green log. For now, I'm just buying the outfit so I can take it out of the magic wardrobe. And I have enough points for the green log, but I'll cash that in if I ever need to use the items. And with that, we can sell the rest of the runes that we don't need. Not to date my clips, but I did play the League when it came out. That was the first one that happened since I created this account. And with just barely over 56k points, I figured I would get the Dragon Trophy. I didn't really plan on spending the points on all that much, maybe the house thing, but it was fun. That's about it. Back to the main game. 85 Mage is done, meaning we can start working on phase 3. The Corrupted Gauntlet, where almost every single Iron Man ends up for its game-changing rewards. You might be asking, why am I starting CG with such low stats? It's a similar, I don't want to say philosophy, but thought process to how I did farm runs. Because I'm more so a casual player in that the amount of hours I play per week isn't always that high. And on top of the fact that I don't like grinding CG for as long as I'm online, I decided to start 5-to-1ing CG with 85 Mage because I plan to only do 5 CGs a day, which coincides well with if I have limited playtime or if I just don't feel like grinding out the content for the day, I can manage 5. And of course, the Bofa is just too strong not to have. At 5 a day, I could still hit drop rate within like a month or 2, as opposed to only doing it when I felt like it and then a year later having 10 KC. So that's all pretty much to say that in the background while I work on prepping for Slayer and other stuff for the account, I will be doing 5 CG a day until the day comes that I get all the shit I need. Speaking of Slayer, this is pretty much the 6 things I'm going to be working towards before I start it. All pretty basic shit. So we're going to start with Rex because I already have, I believe, 127 KC. But this time, I'm kind of tired of making that fucking run, so we're just going to stay there for as long as I need with blood spells. I have blood runes from Guardians of the Rift. I don't really need money, and I just can't be asked going in and out of fucking Rex because I don't have very good tank gear. 127 KC start. This is the first kill until I get the B ring. Starting on drop rate. It's done. Honestly, 180 KC isn't too bad. I just started it when I didn't have very good tank gear, so I was really fucking annoyed. Constantly running down here, setting this up. But it's over. It's the only RNG thing that I needed to start Slayer. 3 warrior rings, just not going to talk about that. I would have liked to have a dragon axe for construction in the future, but we move on. After the B ring, it was time to start crafting because I intend to make a Fury. Strength amulet would probably be fine, but I'd rather have the prayer bonus because I plan on using protect from melee instead of buying food for every task, just to make it simple. $15 KC so far. I am keeping those rubies. And for the weapon seed, I'm just going to turn it into an acorn. Get about, with Ultra Compost, get 16 shards. And I think like 12k farming XP, which is pretty nice. And with those rubies, ever since I had noted rubies from Wintertodt, I've actually chiseled them and then given them to Curator, whatever the fuck his name is. And CG obviously shits out gems pretty frequently, so I've managed to get enough for the dig site pendant in the house. That was one of the few, I'd argue, niche upgrades that I was still kind of tracking. And since Leagues has passed and I don't feel like getting the Hosidius blueprints, I'm going to get the Twisted kit. So I figure I'll be spending a lot of time in my house. Might as well make it look kind of nice. That elite clue required a step on a Batol. And eventually I'll do Monkey Madness 2, so I just went ahead. If I was going to make 1 Gree, I'll make all 4. And I'm 58 Slayer now, but 69 Slayer for Monkey Madness 2 isn't too far-fetched to keep 4 items in my inventory. So we'll just make it do. And I might as well try to get Mimics. I think I'd be able to kill him if I got him, but it's a clog. While doing other monkey business, might as well make use of that 85 crafting. Get my Onyx, make my Fury. That's B-Ring down, Amulet of Fury down. The Slayer equipment is coming along nicely. I did have the boost for this, but I fucking absolutely hate charter ship hopping. That crafting method is dog shit, and I don't think I ever want to do that again. I think I'd rather mine stars for fucking 500 hours than do that shit. But regardless, shit's done. With that, I can do the last subquest that I'll be doing for a very, very long time. I'm going to be stopping at Rune Gloves. You might think this is troll, but I'll probably delve deeper into it when I actually start Slayer. For now, though, that is my glove upgrade. And for Monkey Madness 2, you actually need the Ninja Grigri or something like that, so I can drop the other 3 until I get 69 Slayer. One other thing I need to do is get a fire cape. So since I have 85 crafting now, I can actually make d'hide top and legs instead of trying to grind out hard clues. And the magic short bow, I believe I was holding on to from one of the hard clues I did finish. And with that, we pretty much have everything to do a fire cape real quick. Nothing too crazy, but I am doing the, what is it, northeast lure on Jad, just so that way I can do that one combat achievement where the healers don't touch him. It's pretty easy to set up, might as well do it. I think I'm super close to the medium combat achievements too, so it's worth taking an extra fucking 2 minutes to lure him this way and then just chill at this spot here. And with that, oh, it's a Grandmaster task. Denying the healers too. Yeah, that's nice. Done. Make sure to equip it for the Kromja Diary, and boom. Now we have Fury, B-Ring, Fire Cape. Just missing a handful of items for the start of Slayer. I did start killing cave horrors, what I was doing. I'm only 70 range, right? So obviously if I ever do get the Bofa, I need 80 range to even equip it. So anytime I get rune arrows or addy arrows from CG, I just use them here at cave horrors, and eventually we'll get it, or we'll get 80 range and I'll maybe start meleeing them.
Like some people do a big tour, you know, and I like, and they go to the big cities and stuff like that. But I would almost rather do like a 3-year tour.
No
go as I
fucking
want,
shot, dude.
Yeah.
What the
and just
fuck?
make it as you want to do it.
Yeah.
It just feels like more manageable to me. And
What the fuck?
yeah, so that I think I've been thinking about that. What else? I've been thinking about building like a halfway house or something like that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then those people could be in the military.
Those are our officers.
Alright, well, 5 hard clues for fucking mega rare. Fucking wild. I almost didn't do this either. I only reason I was doing hard clues was for God d'hide boots, and well, this happened instead. I will say, unironically, it is an upgrade to my current d'hide chaps, and it's storeable in the POH, so best in slot. But I will also say this clue probably changed the trajectory of this account. I was going to stop hard clues as soon as I got God d'hide boots, but just because doing hards on a UIM is fucking annoying as shit. There's so many wilderness steps, you're probably gonna have to death pile and reset, etc., etc. But now I kind of feel obligated to try to get spooned some more.
Yo, what the fuck?
Well, this changes things.